And so late at night, if you come out here real late at night, you can sense, like, just in the woods there, beyond, you know, some sort of, you know, I've felt some sort of presence.
I do believe that's true. I don't know. I haven't seen it myself. Well, you can listen for those faraway gunshots.
Okay, now this really is a church. This would be the back way up to the balcony.
You gonna bless yourself?
Oh yeah, okay. A little tight here. This was built in 1824.
Yeah, there's apparently, I mean, obviously this wasn't a recording studio, you know, originally. And all this here was it was an old 18th century church, and they needed a parking lot once a studio came in, so they paved over the cemetery.
You know, people are saying, oh, yeah, well, like Susan, the engineer, was saying, oh, because I was asking her about it. I said, so, I mean, is there a reverend? Because they keep referring to this, the reverend. So have you seen, you know, has anybody? No, well, I mean, nobody's. His presence has been felt, though.
Okay, I mean, if you feel like the vocal's more comfortable, we'll go with that.
That's pretty important. They're pretty cool.
So this song doesn't rock. All right, that's okay.
John Aniello, our producer, from New York, very rock, you know, trusts his instincts. He goes more by feel.
We're recording this record as live as we possibly can, I think. I mean, we're doing some minimal overdubs, but you know, we're setting up. We've always been a band that plays predominantly live anyway.
Yeah, a lot of first takes will be used, or certainly will be used as a sketch, you know, and it's certainly to drive the songs, where lots of times when you record, you're not even having vocals. There's a freedom of not wearing headphones. It's, you know, we're all in the same room. It's sort of like rehearsing. We spent a lot of time actually just playing for about a day in the room to feel comfortable.
To me, when you come out here, it feels like, you know, when your parents used to go out, you know, for a weekend or something like that, and you'd have friends over and just jam in your basement, you know. There's this sort of feeling of, you know, making your first record again.
It's all the percussive instrumentation. Yeah, some of these are actually archaeological finds that I went on some digs, and, you know, like this.
Oh, that
Indian
flutophone?
Yes. This, yeah, this was actually found in the Southwest.
You know, you've known us for a long time. How do we look different?
Party. One big party. On tour, off tour. What's the matter? Make a party wherever you are. Well, they give us the beer for free. Yeah. And then we drink it. And then we get drunk, so we want more. And then they make us pay for it. So they get us kind of into it. Started. And then we end up actually losing money on the whole thing.
Basically, I think because we realized, like, after making a bunch of records, you know, huge difference between playing live on stage and then in the recording studio, and I think it should be different. But when we first recorded, you know, we only had like a couple days and it was very live sounding. We thought, well, you know, if we ever have time, we'll record a little more drawn out kind of way, you know, very specific parts. And then we eventually did that, you know, on the third and fourth record.
So this record we said, well, we'll just record in a bigger room and use some baffles and stuff, but we're going to really try to play live, you know, and not separate out everything as much, have everything bleed.
Well, you have actually seen Buffalo Tom play before, live. Did you have any expectations, like before we came in, before you met us?
Yeah.
What was your general vibe? Did you think?
I thought you guys were gonna be taller.
Oh.
I kind of actually thought we'd come in and do something like this, which is come in, cut a bunch of tracks, it'd be really live, and we'd have a lot of fun. I mean, I guess, you know, I was hoping that Bill wouldn't, you know, bust my balls so much, but...
All right, ready?
We're gonna have to spend so much time in some place like this anyway, and millions of other places like it, that we just, it's like I see something on the road and I go back and, you know, and I check out like whatever, antiques, books, records, just go get a cup of coffee, you know, whatever, anything, some cheap shop somewhere. And
I may not be able to put this one back. It's the famous Whiffin' Puffs. That's kind of hot.
There's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such thing as ghosts. You know, but I was watching The Terminator today, and I realized, like, they're not necessarily ghosts. They could be time travelers, just as easily.
But there is a spookiness to this area anyway. I mean, the church, you know, it's like everybody expects there to be some priest and there's stories, but I don't think anybody's seen them.
But specifically, someone who works in the studio, in the main house of the studio once, discovered an old priest in one of the rooms upstairs. You know, not doing anything, just kind of sitting. And he supposedly was the priest, you know, was a priest here. And sometimes when we're recording, we hear like a really low voice, Latin, Dominus Pluribus. Okay, to wrap it up, you worked here a lot. Any truth to the...
Every studio is haunted. It's all bullshit.
But this is a studio where they paved over the goddamn cemetery.
You guys, why don't you just go home?
Fine.
Come out here.
Just come on, just.